up? Hey guys, Amy Smith-Hightower here with Ucanketo, coming to you live and in person tonight. Today is Tuesday, June the 20th, the last day of spring 2023. We welcome in summer tomorrow. Those of you who, well, I think it's hot everywhere right now, but those of you who live in the South, I do not think that summer should start June 21st, personally. I think it really should start before Labor Day. Before Memorial Day, because it has been super hot here in Arkansas. We had actually a little bit more rain over the past weekend than we have had, so crazy amount of storms too. So if any of you guys were impacted by any of the spring, as they say, weather over this past week, or if you guys are struggling with not having power, etc., our thoughts and prayers from the Hightower household are with you guys. We actually, where I live, we live in Batesville, Arkansas, so it's like probably about 2 hours north of Hot Springs, and in Hot Springs, Arkansas, they had some massive like baseball and softball size hail. I mean, there were people that had it come through their windshield. It was absolutely insane. So if you guys have been dealing with any of the crazy weather, and I know, like Janet said, it was same kind of stuff in Oklahoma, please know that our thoughts and prayers are with each of you as you guys clean up and hope that your family and pets and all the things are safe, and that you guys get the power back on as soon as humanly possible. And a big thank you to the linemen, etc., who are out working in the crazy weather, temperatures, etc., trying to get everyone's electricity and power back on. Luckily, here for us, in our area, we didn't lose any power, so super, super thankful to that. But I wanted to start off tonight by sharing that with you guys, so that you would know that if you were affected by those storms, that our thoughts and prayers are with each of you guys. So, okay, but back to that. My name is Amy Smith-Hightower. I'm a Ucanketo mentor and meal planner from Batesville, Arkansas. I have lost over 100 pounds following the ketogenic diet since March of 2017. We have also created a totally free keto community in that process of 189,000 members who have lost over 2 million pounds together. And we are on, those of us that are, I think they're, because I wanted to keep our very first group to under 100. I think we have 86 members currently doing our Ucanketo 5-day drop. We are finishing up day 2 as we speak. It is absolutely fun, and loving seeing so many awesome results, and we will hopefully be doing another one of those, and I'll be able to give you more details on that at a later date. But if you are not a part of our Ucanketo community, the first thing you want to do is you want to write Ucanketo in the comments below, because we will definitely get you added, get you the link, and we do tons of free things, lots of goodies, all inside of our Ucanketo community. Feel free to share this video out with friends, family, etc. You may want to save it to where you could go back and watch it later on your personal page as well. Okay, let's cut it in and let's dive in, right? I'm going to give you guys a few of, if you were seeing this on my personal page, if you will scroll, as soon as this video is over, you can scroll down. It's the post I made this morning. It is an actual chart that you guys can save the graphic on your phone, keep it. It's some basic keto do's and don'ts. It breaks into your fats, your proteins, your carbs, your vegetables, etc. Like what is considered keto, what is not considered keto. One of the things that I would like to do on this video to explain a little bit more in depth is when someone says that is not keto friendly, what does that mean? Okay. Because technically, if you Google the ketosis, right, it's a metabolic state. Like that is what ketosis means when you look it up. It is a metabolic state. Okay, so what that means is that, well, it means a couple things. Number one, it means that you are literally doing a factory reset on your body. Because honestly, guys, every single baby, until they stick formula or until the mom eats sugar and then it comes out through your breast milk, etc., like the liquid gold that they say when mom first is like breastfeeding, what does that start with? It starts with a C. If somebody can say that word, colostrum, is that the word? The liquid gold that comes out like when mom's breastfeeding, that is actually totally, I know this is kind of gross, but it's actually keto friendly. And babies are actually born in a state of ketosis, meaning that they are like using fat for fuel, right? Oh yeah, thanks, Janet. They are actually using like fat for fuel. That's what their body is calibrated to do. And when we ingest sugar and carbs into that, we change that. We as Americans, Canadians, we change that. We are not born living off of sugar and carbs. Did you guys know that? Did you know? Give me a yes in the comments below if you knew that babies were born in a state of ketosis. And when you look at it that way and you really break down the science of it, it makes total sense, right? Like why we feel better when we are using fat for our fuel, right? We are literally burning our stored body fat as our fuel. So, I mean, it just totally makes sense when you break it down. But what has changed is processed foods, right? It has absolutely changed. Processed food, sugars, etc. Like have you ever been to Italy? Or I have not, and I'm so jealous. I've never been to a European country, but a lot of the breads, etc., that they make, guys, why they, number one, are so stinking good. But one of the reasons is that you don't see as many like overweight people in Europe, etc., because of the fact that there's not as much processed foods. There's more labeling laws, there's etc. about what they can and cannot put into our foods. The US, Canada is better than the US, but it's still not perfect as well. The labeling laws in Canada still are not as stringent as they are in the European countries, etc. Okay, I'm going on a rant, sorry. Okay, so, but what makes something keto and what makes it not keto? The glycemic index, guys, that like the very basics, the glycemic index. Okay, what does that mean? That means what your glucose, like how the food affects your glucose levels. What does that mean? That means if you ingest something that is a high on the glycemic index, it's going to make you have an insulin response and spike your sugar, right? That is what that does. And by doing that, it makes knocks you out of ketosis, first of all, right? So then you go to burning those carbs and those sugars. That is where you get your afternoon slump. That is where you get all of those things. Are you guys following? And is this helpful? Let me know if this is helpful in the comments below, right? Give me an emoji or something in the comments and let me know if this is helpful. Because sometimes, like, I am one of those people that I want to know. Like, I have to know why it's that way and why it works that way, right? So by sharing these things with you guys and breaking it down on this level, I'm hoping it helps you to, number one, stay on track. It helps you really break down, like some of you guys, Isabel, how long have you been with me? I think you've been with me since like at least 2019. At least 2019, maybe longer than that. I know she's at her goal weight, but yet look, she's always learning. Karen, you've been with me a very long time as well. So a lot of you guys that I'm seeing in the comments, you guys have been with me for a while. So I'm super excited and I hope this is absolutely helpful to break it down as far as what, why when I say something in our group, we say, ooh, that, read labels, read labels, read labels. Maltodextrin is my enemy. Those are, she's been with these since 2017. Holy moly. So you've been at the game about as long as I have then. So that's awesome. So I knew you've been here a long time and absolutely still crushing it every single day. Well, so when we say something in our keto community that, read the label, just because it says keto does not mean it's keto. Well, there's no labeling laws in the US or Canada that tells the federal government doesn't tell people what is and what isn't keto. Keto, when they label it on a product, is in my opinion, once again, it's my opinion. In my opinion, they do it because it's trending, it's popular, and honestly, there is not if you wanted to take granulated sugar, just regular white sugar, right, in a bag, and they want to call it keto sugar, they can. There is nothing out there that tells them they cannot, which is absolutely ridiculous. But there's nothing that tells them they cannot do that. So it's trending, it's popular. Yes, people are going to put keto on stuff. Yes, people are going to do those things because it sells. And most people don't have someone to educate them on the correct, healthy way to do keto and to read labels. It's absolutely mind-boggling to me. Okay, so the glycemic index is what makes something keto or not keto. And that is not something I could just make a post on. Cannot just make a post on to try to explain. But that's why I have to come live and do some of these to really explain the glycemic index, because it makes it so much, it breaks it down so much more sense. Like if something has a high glycemic index, like maltodextrin is 110 on the glycemic index, which means it will spike your sugar higher than regular table sugar. Yet it is in like 90% of products that are labeled keto. Why? Because it's a cheap filler is why. And because it's easy it's cheap. It's easy for, it makes stuff stay preserved longer. It is a filler. It does your body no good. You don't need it. But here we are. And it is in so many things. Like so many products. Slim Fast Keto makes me absolutely lose my mind, guys, because it is in almost all of their products. So that is why when I say, oh, read your labels, or, oh, that's not keto, even though it says keto, that is why. I hope that really answered that question. It's not that we're trying to be mean, it's that we're trying to be helpful. Now listen, if you want to do low carb, go do low carb. If it works for you and you feel good doing it, listen, love you, support you. Feel free to use our recipes, feel free to be in our community, all the things. But it's not the same thing as keto, and that's totally fine if that's what works for you. But we just tell it just so we all understand. If you are doing keto for health reasons, if you're doing keto for weight loss, if you're doing keto for all those things, then guys, it is super important that we read our labels. And like I said, use our Ucanketo community, post stuff in there, ask us, hey, Amy, do you see anything in here that would spike my sugar? Do you see, we have an amazing admin team. Wendy, Terry, Catherine, we are all in there every single day digging in to answer your guys' questions. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that broke down the glycemic index for you guys. I'm going to keep it to that today, and I will be back later this week with more keto do's and don'ts. Make sure you share this video and join us on the inside at Ucanketo. See you guys on the inside. Take care of yourself and each other.